Hi Achievers, welcome back once again to the Missy Sharon TV. This is the You Can Achieve It program where we bring you inspirational stories, impactful stories, and very impactful people who have different knowledge about different things. So today we are in Kawanda. We're going to bring you a story about how to make maggots and how you can actually benefit from maggots as a business. Who knew about maggots? Who knew that maggots can actually be very important? Okay, let's go straight into the video. So thank you so much for inviting us, and thank you so much for hosting us. What is your name?
You're welcome. I'm called Ngole John Cocas.
John. I think let's use John, right?
Okay.
So
John.
where are we at, and what are we going to study about?
Right now, you're in BSF Black Soldier Unit, where we do trainings, we rear most special insects.
Okay.
But we deal with black soldier flies.
But today our interest is so much in the maggots farming.
Yes.
So can we please go in and see what happens?
Yes, you are most welcome. You can enter inside.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Is it okay?
Yes, okay, good.
So here now, this is the start. You are most welcome once more to Black Soldier Fly Unit, where we rear black soldier flies.
Thank you.
Yes. So here it is under Center for Insect Research and Development. In short, we call it SEED. Okay. But now here we deal with black soldier flies, which is our aim now. We rear black soldier flies
which
from here.
helps to produce the maggots.
Yes, that is good. So here, this is what we call a first stage. A rearing stage. This one, this white thing you're looking at it, this one is a black soldier fly net. It looks like a mosquito net, but it's not a mosquito net. Reason being, this one is not treated. No insects with the other treated nets, they will die from inside. That's why I decided to use black soldier fly net. So inside here, when you're setting up, you have to have a structure like this one. Transparent iron sheets. Reason being, these transparent iron sheets, they help to provide light for them. These adult flies inside, they depend on light, most especially light intensity. They want so that they will be active. Yeah. That's why we put these transparent iron sheets. So this one we call it a big cage. This small one we call it small cage.
What happens in the small cage?
This small cage, it is the same as this one, but only the size. This one we use for demonstration, most especially. And this is where we started from. Then we went to this big one. This black soldier fly, it is a fly which is black in color. It has no harmful, it cannot cause any disease to a human being. It doesn't bite. But this black soldier fly, it occurs in an environment, most especially in tropics. When I talk of tropics, it's these bushy places like forests, big bushes, like you can find it even from the rubbish pit.
How do you trap them? Do you have a specific mechanism?
Yes, we have a specific mechanism. One is what we call attractant. Attractant is just simply to attract them to come and lay their eggs. Only what we do, we don't pick one by one this fly from outside. Our interest is to pick eggs only from it. So that attractant, it is simply a smelling thing. It's a combination of chicken droppings, pig manure, even rotten bananas. You combine them together, then you ferment for about 5 to 7 days, so that they produce that bad smell. That bad smell, it is bad from us human beings, but it's good for them. So for them, when they smell that bad smell, they just come unattracted. They will lay their eggs on the laying timbers. That is how we get them from the environment also.
So how do you feed this black?
So this adult black soldier fly, it doesn't feed on water. It doesn't feed on food from here in this net. Only it feeds on water only from inside. Reason being, this black soldier fly doesn't have mouth developed parts for eating. For example, like these house flies, they have mouth developed parts for eating, but this one, it sucks water only. So it survives with water from inside here, water only. So the lifespan of this black soldier fly, it takes 7 to 14 days, but it can be extended by the use of, you can add milk inside, glucose for boosting their health, and even to fertility from inside.
So how long does it take you to have this? Do they die? And
they die when the time expires. 7 to 14 days they die. And yes, then we replace others, we put another one. But in this black soldier fly, they don't die once. This one dies, the other one. That's why we put the other, you see the other red containers inside, yellow.
Yeah.
That is what we call pupa. Pupa is the one hatching into flies from inside here. That's why when the other one dies, it is just the other one hatches also like that. That is what is taking place for me.
You say you will go inside and see what exactly is happening.
Yes. It doesn't bite, it doesn't do what.
Okay, I think we should go inside.
Okay, that is, thank you. They don't bite, they don't do what. They don't. Only they just disturb. Only disturbing. Yeah. Can you? No, they just you can come. Okay.
I mean, blind.
No, you just leave it. Leave it.
Black
soldier fly.
Soldier fly.
So inside here, you see, it doesn't bite, it doesn't do anything. There is no disease which can be caused by this black soldier fly. So this is what we do. I was talking of laying timbers. This is what we call laying timbers. So this is eggs.
This is an egg. Small particle.
Yes. This black soldier fly, one black soldier fly lays eggs, 500 to 700 eggs.
Wow.
One release. So this
has like 500 of them inside there.
Yeah. They are inside here. And this black soldier fly, it doesn't lay its eggs on top of on the surface of the timber. It lays in between of these timbers, what we call cavities. Cavities.
Okay.
So it lays its eggs here. How did it lay? One, this this black soldier fly has, this is a female.
Oh,
Yeah.
How do you know it's a female?
You see this behind.
It's protruding. That
Yes,
long,
yeah, very long. So by the time of releasing eggs, it just
Okay.
fixing the eggs like this.
Okay.
Then it releases. After fixing, it releases eggs inside. And then for them, there's a tendency of these black soldier flies. They lay their eggs in clusters. When I talk of clusters, where one has laid is where the other one has come to lay. It will just come next to that place, next to the ear. That is
so
it.
it makes it easier for you to collect.
It is very easy for us to collect
So
it.
when you're collecting, what do you use to collect? Because these are really small.
We use, there's what we call a cutter. A cutter, I will show you when we are collecting eggs from the other side. Yes, that is it. So here, I was talking of this black soldier fly depends in water only.
So where is the water? I don't see any
Water is inside here. All what you do, don't pour water direct. You put cotton wool.
Okay, this is cotton wool.
This is cotton wool. You put cotton wool, then they will just come and suck it. Just sucking, you see how they are sucking. They suck it, but they don't drink, only sucking.
So what is happening here? There.
That one, that is what I was saying, pupa.
They died?
This is pupa.
What are those?
These ones are ready to hatch into flies.
Oh, okay.
This one are ready to hatch into flies.
No flies.
Then, yes. Then the other one, that one, these ones are dead flies. These dead, their time,
Let's go outside.
their span has expired. That's
okay,
why.
guys,
Okay.
we're about to leave this place. These flies.
That is. But they don't bite, you see.
They
So
don't bite,
here we
as
create.
human people, we are not used
Yes, we create these hanging things here.
to hope in what?
For them, this is their resting room. Also, we call it resting room, and this is where they look for their partners.
Have you
Here,
got all
mating.
that, like there?
Yes. This is a mating space for them. Also, they rest. They do what only. Yes.
Okay, this is serious.
But in the morning, during morning hours, they are not active like this.
Oh.
That's why when we are collecting our eggs, we collect during morning hours.
Okay.
When
The
they are
morning
still
hours,
dormant.
they
They are
just like that,
sleeping,
eh?
yes. You'll
Where do
find,
they sleep? You find them down or
no, you'll find them on the walls of the this net.
So at night, what do they do?
They also sleep at night. Yes, they sleep at night. Remember, I told you this black soldier fly depends on light intensity. When light is there, they're also very active.
Okay.
Yes, that is it.
This is serious. So
Yes.
So what we've learned today is that the black flies are active during day because of the light, and at night they're always asleep, and also during the morning time they are also asleep, and that's when they get the chance to collect the eggs, which they later use. Not so?
Yes,
John?
yes.
All right, briefly, that is what we've learned.
So this is eggs. It looks like this.
So these are the eggs we're talking about.
They have laid eggs. These are eggs. There's a tendency of these black soldier flies of laying their eggs in clusters. When I talk of clusters, you see, this one has laid here, another one has come to lay next to that place like that. So they lay in between of these timbers, in between of the timbers. They don't lay here on the surface of the timbers. Second step, which we call eggs collection.
So we are going to the second step called eggs collection. Come with us, guys, and let's see how this is done.
Yes.
Okay?
Here. But here Here now, can we sit?
We can't sit. Huh?
Okay, are you set?
Yes.
This is a second stage where we call it eggs collection. Eggs collection, we are going to collect the eggs which we brought from the rearing net, from the adult flies. But here we have requirements also. All materials be used in this stage. One, you need to have a cutter for removing your eggs from the laying timbers. Two, you need to have a TP. This is TP. Here again we need to have a small dish like this one, inside with the maize bran.
Okay.
Yes. Here has Center for Insects, and it is a business for us. We use, this is what we call digital weighing scale. It weighs grams only for eggs. So here again, you need to have a plain piece of paper, just like this. Plain piece of paper. So that is this is even water. You have to have a clean water, free from any chemical.
Oh.
Yes.
So where do you get this water from?
This water is from tap, but you know, so chlorine just evaporates. It evaporates. There is no effect on chlorine.
Okay.
Yes. So this is all the materials and equipment we need when we're collecting our eggs.
Can you show us how we collect the eggs?
Yes. So here, this is our eggs. What you do, put your plain piece of paper like this. Bring your cutter. Remember, this cutter has two sides. One is a sharp side, two, it is a blank side. Don't use this sharp side. Okay. Use this blank side. Reason being, this blank side, it is smooth to strip on it. Then this sharp side, it can disturb you. It will start sticking on the laying timbers. So what you do, before you do anything, hold it firmly like this. Then you start removing your eggs. You remove your eggs slowly and gentle.
So can you get damaged eggs as well?
Yes, damaged eggs are also there.
What happens? Where are the eggs?
Most especially when you're doing in a rushing, or if you have a speed, or they are calling you from somewhere, or sometimes when you don't mind what you're doing. But when you're serious, you know that this is business. Yes. Because here we sell 1 gram of eggs at 10,000.
1 gram?
1 gram of eggs, 10,000. So if you're careless, you don't mind of your business, you can. So how do you know that this is a damaged eggs? You see this watery.
You can tell the wateriness.
You can see. Move your eggs like this. After I check around, it is not there again. You remove your rubber band. Why do we use this rubber band? We use this rubber band to bind them or to make them together, so that we create these cavities. You remove your rubber band. Pick your laying timber. You see, this is your eggs. Just collect them slowly.
Okay.
Yes.
So actually these black flies, they make it easy for you. See, all the eggs are there.
Yeah, it is easy for us.
So
just
from these eggs, how many larvae will you get?
Here. In these eggs, we hatch them. Only here, we don't count that 1, 2, 3, 4. What we do, we put in grams. In a gram, when you hatch them, then after hatching, you introduce them to food. They start feeding.
How long does it take to get hatched?
It takes 3 to 4 days only.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 to 4 days. Then after, you introduce them to food. Then from food, that 1 gram gives you 4 to 5 kilograms of fresh larvae, which other people call it maggots. But that is a scary word. We call it larvae.
But the truth is they are maggots.
Yeah, we call it larvae. So this is how we collect them. Now, then at the TP,
Yeah.
this tissue comes in now. You just, there are two sides, you economize.
Right. Economize.
Yes, we just put like this. So we are now weighing our eggs. That in this collection we have collected how many grams. We don't collect in kilograms.
So each gram 10,000.
Yeah, each gram is 10,000.
So what do
So
you have?
this is, you can, this is
0.39.
It does not make a gram even, but this is what we do. We weigh them, and you know, here also has Center for Insect Research and Development. We do record keeping also. That's why we weigh all the eggs. We record that on today's this date we have collected this amount of eggs.
Okay.
That is. So we are now putting into a hatching media. When I talk of a hatching media, to make these eggs to hatch into maggots, but we don't call it maggots, we call it new nets, these young ones.
Oh,
The young ones, we call it new nets.
okay.
That's why your maize bran will come in now. Bring your water, measure using your eyes. Because here now we are making a moist maize bran. Moist. When I talk of moist maize bran, it should not be wet, it should not be dry.
Okay.
It's just in the middle, in between. So we are moisturizing the maize bran.
This is what we shall use to feed the new.
You know, this is, we use this one for hatching.
For hatching.
Yeah, for hatching our eggs. So when I talk of moist maize bran, when you press like this, just little water comes in between of your
Okay.
fingers. So this is moist maize bran. So in this moist maize bran also, what we do, we don't put eggs direct to this moist bran. Reason being, these eggs also, they are delicate, and even when you put direct to the moist maize bran, they will die.
Okay.
And they will rot from inside. So what we do, we bring this tissue. We bring the tissue. You know, I talked of economy. You can put two, but for us, we divide. Then you put one down here. Why do we put this? We put this, we are trying to eliminate moisture from the moist maize bran. That's why we put this. So after putting, we bring our eggs, collected eggs. We put on top of this TP.
And you wait 3 to 4 days.
Yes, like this. Then we bring the other one, this one, to cover. You know, so when you, it's like a baby, a woman who has delivered, you have to cover it. So this is
Our baby.
our babies. We are going to produce it. So now after you do it like this, since we don't have incubator for incubating them to hatch them out, we use, there's what we call a hatching box. We use a hatching box. It's made of plywood or these manufactured boards. We make it.
Do we have a sample?
Yes, but before we take to our hatching box, this one we use this cloth, cotton cloth, just for covering.
Okay.
Why do we cover? One, we are trying to provide a temperature which is required for these eggs to hatch, because for them they need 26 to 30 degrees Celsius.
26.
That is the time they will hatch. Two, you know, this house, it is rats. Rats also with maize bran. They are friendly, so they will come and disturb your eggs. That's why we have wrapped it like this, using our cloth. So thirdly, we are not satisfied with our hatching box.
Okay.
We are not satisfied with our hatching box. Reason being, we don't, because we require 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. But we provide this cloth also to boost and help the other hatching box for hatching our eggs. So these eggs, it takes 3 to 4 days, then they hatch into new nets. So this is at the end of this section. So we are taking our eggs to our hatching box. Thank you.
Do you have samples of already what is
yes.
the hatching?
There. This is
what is the new nets.
This is the other
new
eggs.
Nets are happening here.
So this is the other eggs we set into a hatching media. This is what we call
So for them, they don't need
nets.
any certain temperature because I can see they're exposed.
Yeah, they
you can
don't.
leave them there.
You can leave them there.
So how long will it take for them to grow into the big maggot?
This one, we add chicken feeds also inside to boost and help them to grow faster for 1 day only.
1 day?
Yes, like this ones now, we have added these chicken feeds.
Hold on, it takes them 1 day to grow and become big?
No, not big. The other size we need for distribution.
Okay.
There's a size, rice size, this rice size grade size.
So it takes 1 day?
It takes 1 day to grow.
I think that's not so bad.
Then, that 1 day, we introduce them to food, feeding method now.
Okay.
Yes. So after this is our new nets. So we distribute them into our containers or feeding traps. So this is what it will happen.
Okay. So this is the end of this section.
It is.
Let's go and see what happens.
The maggots.
The maggot section.
Okay. When you're feeding them, you have to get a bikanja. This is what we call bikanja, brewer's waste. We use this because it has a lot of food proteins, most especially carbohydrates, everything which is inside. They make them to grow faster. That's why we use bikanja. So now when you're distributing, in this bikanja, we use 2 kilos of bikanja, then 1 kilo of food leftovers or food wastes.
Okay.
Yes. We use we have a ratio of 2 to 1, which is 2 kilos of bikanja or brewer's waste.
So do you buy this food waste?
We buy these food wastes from restaurants. 1 bag like this one we buy at 6,000.
1 bag is 6,000?
Yes. 1 bag of this is 6,000.
Okay.
From those ladies who are collecting.
So how long do you keep it under here?
We keep this for a month, more than even 1 month. Reason being, when they are packing these food leftovers, they first put the other polythene paper inside. Then they put food in the middle of that, inside that polythene paper. Reason being, these houseflies, they will not get access to lay their eggs inside this food. Because houseflies, when they find it, it's just open like this. They will lay their eggs and produce bad smell.
No wonder there are no houseflies.
Yes, that's why we preserve it. This is how we manage our wastes.
The Cavera helps.
Cavera helps to. It will not get access to these houseflies. Here, it is a third stage, which we call distribution stage.
Okay.
What do I mean?
What do you mean by distribution?
When I say distribution stage, this is where we introduce these new nets to food. We introduce these new nets to food. We distribute them into the jerry cans or feeding traps. Here in seed, we use containers like jerry cans. We use butasas also, like this one. We use trays from here as a research center for research and development. So we use this. So we are going to distribute our new nets or our young ones. So I was talking of a ratio of 2 to 1. This is what we use these plastic plates instead of putting in like scooping, then you put in a Cavera, go and weigh from the other side. We use these plastic plates we scoop it like this. This is 1 kilo.
Oh.
Yes.
So how much is? Do you sell this?
From here we are selling.
How much? How much do you sell?
Here we sell a kilo of this bikanja at 600.
What are other uses of bikanja?
This bikanja, it helps also these poultry farmers.
Okay.
All these pigs, people who are rearing pigs, it is also helping. Yeah, proteins. Two, even these people with the animals, chicken, most especially these bulls, cows, and what, they also feed on this bikanja.
Do you make bikanja here?
We don't make. We also order. We also order from Port Bell.
All right.
Yes. So that is. But even this, it is not easy to get from the other side also because there is a competition of this bikanja. You have to order, then they will deliver to you.
Okay.
Yes. So this is how we do it. This is a 2 kilo. This is a 2 kilo. So now how do we add on? This is our food leftovers. So what we do, can I pick from?
Oh, you can pick the other one. This one.
Yeah. You see how they have packed in? They tie, they cover everything. Caveras should be placed
So
on this.
inside, shall we find their maggots?
No, you will not find maggots inside.
Let's just wait for the surprise.
You will not find maggots inside. Because they don't have access to enter inside. You see? So when I talk of food leftovers, it's like this. It is a combination of everything. You see, pumpkins are there, matoke, binyewa.
So, is there any specific food you'll be looking for, or any food is?
No, any food. That's why I said in the beginning, it helps to decompose organic wastes, most especially this food. It is not specific. That's why we use all this mixture of. You see, this is.
Abon. Is it abon?
No, this is cassava, pumpkin, see, everything. So we put here. That is 1 kilo. We put it like that. Then now after that, we distribute these new nets. How do we distribute? What we do, we don't scoop like this direct, because you'll pick maize bran alone. You have to first mix them up, then we do it like this. Put on top of your food. Yes, why do we put these new nets on top of the food? One, these new nets, they eat going downwards. They don't eat coming upwards. So they like, and even these new nets, they like to eat when it is their hidden places and dark places. That's why they eat going downwards. That is it. Okay, now, why don't you put these new nets down, then you put food on top? Reason being, they will suffocate from inside. Because for them, they eat going downwards. They don't eat coming upwards.
So I can see here the food. How will they reach now the other side?
They will penetrate and eat.
They will penetrate?
Yes, they will eat going downwards.
Okay.
You see, even you see this one, they are disappearing now. We placed on top, but they are disappearing. They are going downwards. Okay. Yes. So that is how. So here is finished. So now, but here when we start, after distributing like this.
How long do you keep it there?
We keep this. First we cover them using our mosquito net. Reason being, these house flies, when they lay their eggs inside here, they grow faster, and they outcompete these new nets. But when these new nets, you first put the new nets, then houseflies comes later to lay their eggs inside.
Okay.
These ones also, these new nets, BSF will eat on the other houseflies larvae. It is just a vice versa. When you leave houseflies to lay their eggs first, they will eat on the other BSF. So we just do it like this.
Okay. Come in and see the real maggots.
So after distributing, you give them food like this. You will find these are maggots now.
Can I touch?
You can touch it.
Hey.
These are maggots. It takes 7 to 14 days to become this. 7 to 14 days.
They're so healthy.
Yes. Reason being, we give.
So what do they feed on while they're here?
Leftovers, food leftovers.
Okay.
Yes. So after they've eaten all the other leftovers, this is what I was talking of, manure, these black things.
When someone is buying, you give them also these black things?
No, we
only
clean up, only the maggots. Okay. We clean up and give the maggots only. So this is, we have a sieving machine or a basket for cleaning them.
Do we have it here or it's somewhere else?
We have it.
I thought you pick one by one.
No. One by one. For how long? It can take 2 weeks even.
Okay.
Pick.
That doesn't continue with the paper. There was a tree that had very many.
This is
The maggots, these big ones.
maggots. So all these, huh?
So I'm wondering, do these ones also die? Can they die?
Yeah, they die. One, when you add food like this one, when you add food on top of this, they will die and suffocate.
This one doesn't need any more food. This is termination. They are changing to pupa. From pupa, then they change to fly. If you add food, you suffocate them because the stage they are moving to is the dry stage. That stage they just want to be dry.
So this is the final part of it, huh?
Their tray is behind there.
Let's see that tray.
Yeah, this is
it.
Yeah.
These are many.
They are like this.
Oh my God. Hey.
So this is our larvae.
So this is our business.
It is our larvae.
But they need to eat to come to this size.
They will eat and become that size. Yes.
Okay.
So this one, they are still growing. We add food.
So how long does it take to become that size we've seen? This size.
These things, ironically, like if they add diet today because they are not working, but tomorrow they add food there, it can triple its size in a night. Based on the diet.
Yes.
So in a night it can triple its size.
If the diet is good. So normally in 2 to 3 days it can be this size. After giving it good diet. But what is a good diet for BSF? It's also balancing of nutrients, but also moisture.
Okay.
If the food is very nutritious and watery, they may not grow that fast.
Oh.
Actually, in the morning, that food was very wet. There was another container. There. So every container performs differently sometimes. So the workers have to check every morning, like in the morning, I was here checking which ones are problematic trays, so that they can begin. See, that one is different from the other one. So this is the one where this is the moisture is well balanced.
Like I can see this one is well balanced.
The other one, the moisture is not well balanced. So the two will perform differently. So that's a very well balanced tray, and it will do very well.
Wow.
See? So for the other one, they have to add a little bit of brand to make it.
To reduce the moisture.
So this is the final stage, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
So for
So how
harvesting
about
for chicken, these ones are controlled so that they make for us flies. And for us here, we are a breeding facility as well. Actually, the biggest focus is breeding. And in breeding, you have to feed them very well, and so that they bring good eggs, and then the next stock. So we breed for farmers mostly. When we used to harvest fresh larvae, those days we would get a week a ton.
a
In
ton?
1 week.
Wow.
But now we don't harvest, we push them to pupa because they are healthy.
Okay. So do you have any challenges that you face? Thank you, John, for taking us through the process of making maggots. Right now, guys, let's go to part 2, and we shall have that part 2 next week. Let me see you next week, and we're going to be talking about money, how you earn from this business. That's it, guys. See you on Friday.